So sometimes in your custody case or your divorce case or family law case, there might be a situation where domestic violence of some sort's involved. If that's the situation, you may want to consider filing for a restraining order, which is an order basically for the other party that you're involved with, whether that's your husband or wife or partner, to have that person be ordered to stay away from you, possibly your children, and a whole host of orders that can be made regarding financial issues and so on. Basically, it's a protective order to protect you and or your children, or both, from abuse and basically to keep them away from you. That may make sense to do at the very beginning of a custody or divorce case, just to basically protect you from the get-go if you need to get that person out of the house because they're abusive. That might be something we need to do in the beginning, or it might be something that happens along the way. And that's usually when you want to get some advice on what's the best approach to do. And it has repercussions if you do file, which is important to understand, and your attorney can explain that to you. So domestic violence can have a direct impact on custody cases because it's directly involved in that. So if there's a finding of domestic violence, it's going to hurt the person that perpetrated the domestic violence. It might, quote unquote, help the parent that or person that has the domestic violence order against the other party. But either way, it has a direct, significant impact on custody and divorce cases. So if you have a situation where you need to file for a restraining order in your case, you want to pull together the evidence. The more evidence you have, the better. So if there's photographs of your injuries, you want to pull that together. If there's text messages that are abusive from the other party, if there are the emails along those same lines, if you have witnesses that have seen firsthand what's abuse has happened, you want to get all that together because that's all going to be used in your restraining order case, and it all needs to be provided because the more evidence you have, the more likely you're going to get what you're asking for, which is a restraining order to protect you and or your children. So let's say you need to file for a restraining order in your case. The reality is it's not like it appears on TV. There's not a lot of screaming, a lot of Al Pacino type antics going on in court. It's basically putting on the evidence. Can it be emotional? Can people that are testifying be upset and crying because of what they have to account or explain to the court? Absolutely. But does that mean it's beyond that? Generally, no. What the key is that you need to present your case in court, you need to show what happened. That's by your testimony, by other people's testimony, and presenting the evidence. And all that comes into evidence and is considered. That's what happens in court. It is not a dramatic situation, other than it's still very emotional for the victim here to have to explain this to all these people in open court. But having the right expectation that that's what's going to happen in court is important. If you have any other questions regarding domestic violence and how it impacts your custody or divorce case, feel free to contact the Maggio Law Firm for more information.